What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. It's Slick Mason once again here. I just wanted to discuss another topic with you guys today, which is things I don't care about anymore after 30, right? I'm just trying out a different camera angle here, trying to see how things will go. And I like testing new things. I like trying new ways of doing things. So today I decided to just stand up and try to go off my notes here and just see how the video does, right? And then see if this is the kind of setup I could work with going forward. But you know, it's nice to test different angles, try different things, and see what happens. So let's go into point number one that I wanted to get into, which is chasing the scene, right? So chasing the scene is something that I don't care about anymore. Like things like trends, right? I do not care about trends. I do not care what anyone brings up as the new cool thing or the new in thing. That's not my style, right? What I prefer is to support brands of people that I actually know, right? So at the end of the day, if I'm supporting someone or I'm supporting their business, it's because I know the person or I like the person and their work ethic and everything, right? And I appreciate that particular brand. So that's why I would wear something, especially all my clothes even now, like this one for example. I just got it at some beer fest or beer festival here at Thunder Bay, right? So most of everything I wear is not brand named stuff like brand names like Nike or all that, right? So I don't care for brands anymore. All I care about is supporting the people who pretty much I see are putting in the work, and I admire their work ethic, right? So not to say that the big brands don't do that, but that's what I believe. That's my mentality nowadays. Point number two: worrying about other people's timelines, right? So when you're comparing yourself to other people all the time, like you start to get depressed more, right? So I decided after 30 that, you know what, I'm not going to compare myself to other people. Everyone's on their own path. Everyone's trying to get to a certain destination, and they've made plans to get there. You've made plans to get where you're going as well, right? So your decisions that you make now are going to determine where you're going to be in the future. It's that simple. Now, there's people who could plan things. You could plan things to a T and make sure that you're like, man, there's no way this could fail. There's no way, right? And you plan things to a T, and you still fail. You still fail to get there. But the main thing is to keep sticking to your guns and making sure that you can go as far as you possibly can to make sure you reach that destination, right? So for me personally, comparing myself to other people is not the best way to look at things nowadays. I compare myself to my previous self or my previous level, right? So just like how I'm building this YouTube channel, I'm getting a few views here and there, and a few hundred here. When I get 100, I celebrate right now, right? But at some point in time, I'm sure I'll probably be getting 1,000-ish views, right, on a daily basis, or I'll probably be getting 10,000 views. Who knows, right? But the main thing is that I don't want to stop pushing. I don't want to stop going after that goal that I'm trying to reach, right? So mentioning that right now, actually, speaking of, right now I'm at 69 subscribers. I know 69, a little joke there, but I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers as soon as I possibly can, and then at that point I'm also trying to review the videos and then see what kind of issues I had in certain areas, and then I could try to improve going forward. I could try to change the format up, right? So now, like you see what I'm doing here, I'm just testing things out to see what happens, right? So that's the mentality I've had ever since I turned 30, is that I have to try new things and see how things could work, and then if something doesn't work, you discard it. Whatever, it hasn't worked for you, right? But at the end of the day, you find your own systems and your way of doing things. So point number three is that there's things called vanity metrics. So vanity metrics, for example, like the subscribers. I know I just told you guys, hey, I need some follows to get to 100 subscribers. But when it comes to subscribers on YouTube, I'm just trying to get to a point where I'm monetized, honestly. Once I get to monetization and I can start to get more favoritism with the algorithm, then I could reach more people, and then I could try to grow the channel and bring you guys better quality products, better quality shows, better quality content, right? So this is just a plan in the making. But honestly, on YouTube these days, subscribers are just a vanity metric. What that means is that somebody could have 1 million subscribers and somebody else has 10,000 subscribers, but the guy with 10,000 subscribers is able to monetize right? And utilize his audience to bring him hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and then the other person with 1 million, for example, getting views, but in essence is not really making as much money as this person. Now that's just what I've seen all over the internet while I'm trying to learn this business of YouTube and social media as well, right? So even people who have millions of followers on TikTok aren't making that much money anymore. Same thing with Instagram, right? So at this point, I don't care about comparing myself to other people using vanity metrics, because vanity metrics don't mean anything. Even in the music industry too, numbers are just, yeah, they're numbers, right? But how many of those people are actually buying your merch, buying your albums? I could have watched a Drake video or a Kendrick Lamar video the other day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm buying all their merch and going to all their shows and paying for tickets to go there. That doesn't happen, right? But well, it hasn't happened yet because I just can't afford the level at which those tickets are at right now. Although I did see Kendrick Lamar live when he came to Toronto back in like 2009ish. I think that's when he, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when what was it, Section 8 was his mixtape or album that came out during that time when he was starting to get noticed by the West Coast, and he got the co-sign from Snoop and Dre and them, right? So during that time I was able to afford a Kendrick Lamar ticket, and I witnessed the show, and he was like maybe like around like 10 feet away from me, right? And I was 10 feet away from the stage. Nobody cared that much, right? But he performed in Toronto and I was able to experience that. Now it's like, bro, I can't pay hundreds of dollars like that just to come see Kendrick. Like, fine, if I have the money, I might do it, but at the same time I think the whole numbers thing with the vanity metrics, I don't really chase that anymore, and I don't care about that anymore. How many streams you get, how many albums you sell, yeah, it's big achievements and stuff, but it's not a big thing to me. What I prefer more is actually gaining fans or people that are really committed to my brand, that really are interested in it, that really are going to be around regardless of what happens, right? Those are the people I'm trying to bring into my ecosystem here, that I'm trying to build here on YouTube, right? So anyways, let me keep going here to the last point. Actually, it's just a call to action, which is, let me know what things you don't care about right now, right? At the age you're at, if you're as you're getting older, right? Are there some things that you don't care about that you used to care about, right? And pretty much put them down in the comments, right? Also give me some feedback. Maybe you don't like this camera angle. Go ahead, comment. I appreciate it. I read all the comments, and I really want to see that we create some kind of ecosystem here on YouTube, right? And create our own place where we could exchange ideas, pretty much air out anything like grievances. If you want to ask me any questions, that's cool too, right? I'm pretty much here to try to build this as much as possible, and I'm here for the long haul. So I appreciate the time you guys have given me here. I do have a certain goal I'm trying to reach as well, as far as a fundraiser coming up. I'm just putting the details of that together. I've mentioned it in my previous videos here, but once I have the infrastructure for that set up properly, I'll let you guys know, and then we'll start trying to achieve that goal for the fundraiser, so I can bring you guys better content, come to your cities where you're located, and put on a show for you guys, and yeah, we could chop it up and get it popping, right? So thank you for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.